Hello, I'm Eolius. This is my channel and memories. So on Twitter, DTI is currently being canceled because they made this post that was not well received. I'm going over this because they mentioned Royale High in their post. So yeah. And also because DTI is a dress-up game. So a DTI developer said, "Hi, I'm not sure if Gigi has actually stated Pride was sexual, but I can tell you that the reason we cannot make a Pride update, or at least call an update Pride, and have symbolisms of the community is because our game will be shadow banned or hidden for countries that don't accept LGBTQ+. A massive chunk of our dev team is LGBTQ+, and we of course love the community that we are in, but we also sadly have to play it on the safer side when things like this are wanted. We've talked about secret Pride things we could add, with some of our references being Royale High and Adopt Me, which has made the community feel like they're being outcasted, and it's not a good feeling to have. I get that your developer team might be part of the LGBTQ community, but that does not mean you support it. You're just you technically you can't really discriminate against the LGBTQ community that openly because it's against the law by this point, kind of. So luckily there is laws for that. And this response is kind of corporate. It's only kind of against the law because depending on where you live, the law differs. In the US, it's illegal to discriminate against people because of their gender, sexuality, race, and etc. Which a lot of people in the DTI community are part of the LGBTQ community because it offers expression for drag, because this is a dress-up game, of course. Now personally, I don't really play Dress to Impress myself, and I play Royale High, but I have played DTI before. It's just not it's just how they vote the people is why I don't play anymore, because I could never win. But the people in there are quite nice, I think. I'm not too familiar with the community, but when I played, it wasn't that bad of an experience, but I didn't really talk to people that much. For where the developer mentioned references, Royale High did not do a secret Pride update. They were quite open about it, which made the community quite pleased that they were getting shown in the game. There's ways to add a secret Pride update like they said they're thinking about doing. They can do a secret Pride update by adding pins and making colors for the flags without labeling them heavily. How are people going to know the colors of each LGBTQ flag when they're not open to the LGBTQ idea? So you can get around it easily like that. Also, they seem to be quite slow at figuring out how to input a secret Pride update in the game. Doesn't really seem like they're trying at all to add a Pride update to the game. Then to comment on the developer's post more on the sexual part of it, and somebody else agree with the developer about the sexual part. The LGBTQA community isn't inherently sexual. Sure, sexuality is a part of it, but the LGBTQ community also offers gender identity and expression. It's not all just about sexuality. And then some of the LGBTQ community is just about romance. There's asexual people that still have romantic attraction, and then there's aromantic people that have sexual attraction. And then also aro ace king combined into one. Like somebody can be both aromantic and asexual. By the way, the proper term for the community is LGBTQA+. Anyhow, as of recently, around when I'm making this video, DTI is trying to do damage control with this message because they got backlash because of the developer's message about not doing a Pride update. The message DTI said for backlash control is, "Hi friends, we have an important update announcement. The fashion and drag industry, two of which our game and community heavily revolves around, will not be the same way without the heavy influence of LGBTQ+ designers, creators, and models. Even our game would not be where it is without most of our developers who are part of the community. Pride is something that truly means a lot to our team, and we're honored to be able to do an update for it. However, we wanted to address some of the recent conversations we've seen in our community. In response to players requesting or asking about a future Pride update, some developers have previously expressed worries about players losing access to the game in countries where LGBTQ+ messaging is not allowed. Some interpreted this as our team not wanting to lose money, but we wanted to clarify that we were worried about the players who would lose the rights to play or would be targeted if they were found playing during a Pride update. We want to make it clear profit is not the priority for updates that aim to celebrate the diversity of our community. We know how much our players care about the game, and we didn't want to take any actions that could exclude part of our player base. Are y'all sure about that it's not for money? Because it does, the situation didn't sure look like you're trying to get some more money. And then clearly this developer that said that previous message is not PER trained. This message does sound a lot better, and it's a good move. It's a good move forward. Hopefully they do end up adding a Pride update. By the way, I am transgender myself, and I'm also asexual. So yeah. Also, I stuttered a lot, not because I couldn't say the words. It was because I just get a bit nervous talking in videos because I'm only 16, so please give me some slack.